Initiating launch sequence in 3, 2, 1.
Soy Alejandro Tejedo, consejero delegado de Hobby, y para mí es un gran placer el tema de poder hablar del acontecimiento que se avecina, que es el 75 aniversario de la fundación de la compañía. Lo que vais a ver ahora es un viaje en la historia de Hobby, basado principalmente en la ilusión que se puso para todo el desarrollo del mundo infantil, y en el cual veréis muchas anécdotas y espero que las disfrutéis como nosotros las disfrutamos en su día.
Trajectory curve takeoff imminent. Abandon Epsilon platform.
At the end of the Civil War, two young friends, José Salvador Villanueva and Vicente Tejedo Royo, from the Barcelona neighborhood Guinardó, joined forces for a very specific goal: to provide the best range of items for the promotion and development of child education. And it is for this reason they create Hobby. The name and brand is created by the contraction of their names, Joseph and Vincent. The horseshoe is incorporated into the logo as a symbol of good luck. Our story begins in a small family-owned barn where the pair are trying to combine theoretical knowledge and ingenuity to create their first product, a pencil. But in order to make a pencil, they needed wood, and in the thick of the post-war period, their chances of finding it were slim. José and Vicente had to go down to the harbour with a cart and mule to find wood to serve for the task, and once they found it, they bought the boards in small batches. Owing to the tenacity and sacrifice of these two entrepreneurs, the first lápiz Ito is born. A hexagonal lead pencil coated with a paper label intended for school use, as well as their first cosmetic eyebrow pencil, Zulima. In 1942, owing to lack of space and basic means of production, they feel obliged to find a new location and move their headquarters to Calle Arte number 80, now taking into account vessels destined for workshops, warehouse, laboratory and offices. The first machine they had in the company was La Mariana, a hand press to which José and Vicente had attached an enormous wheel that compressed the dough into a sort of cylinder, like spaghetti but much bigger, to be cut up later, brought to a tip and labelled. Hobby consolidates its manufacturing structure and converts into a corporation in 1946. José Salvador was discovering, inventing, and seeking new, more advanced formulas for existing goods, as well as other innovative new products. In the late 40s, watercolor pencils could already be seen in the shop windows of various Spanish cities. With his business skills, Vicente Tejero develops distribution. His successful business trips help Jovi to expand and turn their dream into a reality. In 1955, the Fibroplast pens and pen holders are launched onto the market. In 1956, they manufacture the Vidriographic line of pencils, the color Super Practic pencils, and the high-quality Super Line pencils. Vicente Tejero and José Salvador understand that changing times demand a new business mentality. A change in attitude that is not so much a change in behavior, but more a new way of being. Jovi S.A. faces new challenges with a young, enthusiastic, and competent team. The 1100 pen is a resounding bestseller. Commercial management is strengthened, and the South American market opens up. After 2 years of testing, analysis, and experiments, they arrive at the chemical formula for Plasticerum, the active component of the excellent modeling paste Jovi Plast, and forerunner of the present-day Plastilina Jovi. The new modeling paste possessed a higher degree of plasticity, higher molecular cohesion, didn't stain, and was non-toxic. Its application was approved and recommended by the Ministry of Education and Science for use in child education. The famous phrase, "Who hasn't had a small piece of Jovi plasticine in their hands?" It is a reality, and Jovi plasticine becomes the most famous plasticine in the world. With great perspective and vision, José and Vicente inaugurate the new factory in Rubí in the spring of 1974 on an area of 9,000 meters squared and equip it with the latest technology and the most advanced research teams at the time. The years pass, and it is decided to make way for the second generation in the form of Alejandro Tejero, a recent graduate in economics, and his brother, Carlos. The first decision they make is to surround themselves with a young team in order to share out the executive work. Rosendo Marquez, mechanical engineer, is incorporated as head of manufacturing and as a chemical engineer in the laboratory. The extraordinary general meeting of September 3rd, 1980, appoints Alejandro Tejero CEO, entrusting him with the overall running of the company. 2 years later, in 1982, Fernando Salvador joins as head of the cosmetics division. In 1983, Vicente Tejero dies, and 3 years later, José Salvador follows. These two great dreamers will leave behind a legacy of hope for generations of children that once happily set out on their first artistic forays with products inspired by the pair's ingenuity and generosity. The chairman of the board of directors takes over from his father, Fernando Salvador. In 1991, the new commercial, administrative and logistics headquarters based in El Prat de Llobregat is unveiled, along with its automated management system, which has a capacity for over 5,500 pallets. Currently, Jovi has countless products on the market, effectively combining creativity, quality, and the latest technology. The most competitive being the plastic pencils, waxes, pastes such as plasticine, blandiver, and hardening clay, and paints such as watercolors, liquid tempera or finger paint, as well as the makeup and cosmetics section. Jovi is one of the world leaders in the sector, with a presence in 80 countries. It owes its success as much to its customers and shareholders as to its friends and suppliers, who have contributed over the years to the growth of the company. Together, we have made Jovi a young company with 75 years of history. The legendary formula for Jovi plasticine remains one of the most closely guarded secrets in the world. But some have it that Jose and Vicente came upon the idea when they accidentally spilled the contents of a pan they'd been using for an experiment and watched as it transformed into a simple curve that resembled a child's smile.